Welcome to Fearless Business, and it is wonderful to have you here as always. We are so honored that you always make time to be here with us on a Sunday morning when we premiere or whenever it is that you watch this. And we are so excited that you are giving us feedback, engaging with us online, engaging with us on our different social media platforms. We hope that you have subscribed, that you're following us, but most of all, that you're sharing with other people, inviting them into this space where we are having the conversations you will not have anywhere else. This is Fearless Business, and I am David O. Sijenyi, serving under the leadership of the amazing Pastor Morethi Wanjao, who is the convener and the visionary of this very amazing space. Now, we have been talking about money, but from the angle of mindsets and our kingdom assignment. It's just been amazing the angle that this conversation has taken. When we first started, I thought it was just going to be a nice conversation about good things, an app, and all that. But you know what? God has just used this to really shift our mindsets. In episode one, we talked about Andrew's background, and we just got to understand who he was and how that had shaped who he had become. In episode two, we took that conversation further and looked at how the background that we have begins to impact the way we see life and the way we engage in life. In episode two, we talked about in episode three, we talked about mindsets and how those impact. We looked at it as the software programming, and we looked at how our mindset truly impacts the different generations and impacts the way we engage with the resources, finances, and even wealth creation in our spaces. In our very last episode, we looked at the solution because we said, okay, we've diagnosed what the problem is, software programming. What is the solution moving forward? And we concluded with just the understanding of this amazing app that's called Cheddar, and we even gave the details on how to access that, breaking the cycles of wrong programming. When we concluded, we talked about Cheddar being for children. And I'm in studio with the founder of Cheddar, but also the visionary behind it, and a gentleman that is truly impacting the next generation and really the current generation through mindset transformation and training children on money. Now, one of the things that he did is that he started a school program where there's a club that they're doing in schools that just helping people create and become producers and solution providers for the problems around them. But also, he's created an app called Cheddar that parents at home can use to teach their children and have conversations about money. The right knowledge is what we called it. Today, we want to just, well, as we start this conversation, I just want to find out. Um, so what's the age group for Cheddar? Um,
Okay. Thank you, Pastor
yeah,
CJ. All right. The age group we are targeting, remember the question from the get-go
yeah,
when we're looking at the cycle.
yes,
So in the second generation, we asked,
yeah.
if you had the knowledge you have today before you got your ID,
Hmm.
there was a reason why we said before you got your
Before
ID.
you got your ID, yes.
Exactly. So we are targeting children between the age of 3 to 17.
3 years to 17 years.
Exactly.
That's where we have. That's who we are targeting with Cheddar.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And in the school program, we are targeting all school-going children from primary school upwards.
Correct.
All right.
That's correct. So what happened was
And upwards means mostly up to high school.
up to high school.
Up to high school.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the foundational program.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Correct.
So what happens to the other guys from
That's
18 upwards? It looks like we're on our own, yet we are the ones already messing up with the money. We are teaching the children bad habits.
yeah. So what happened is we started getting calls
Yeah.
as now parents were interacting with. I'll give you a specific example. There's a parent whose kids go to Nova Pioneer in Athi River.
Mm-hmm.
So we finished the class, and the mom is an accountant, 15 years plus experience.
All right.
So she comes home, and they're actually twins. So these boys come out running after her, mom, 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 mom. And in her mind, she thought like, oh, my boys have really missed me, coming out to hug them.
Right.
So they're hugging her, but there's something else that's pushing them. And so they asked her, Mom, can you define to us what an asset is? And that took her back.
Accountant, sort of falling backwards.
Yeah. So she realized the running out was not missing me. They're running to ask me something.
They want to learn something.
Right? So let's go back to the foundation. What did the mother do? Remember the foundation?
Yes. Teach them to spend.
The foundation of the fish story.
Yes.
The mother just did what?
Did what she saw her mother do.
Exactly. So being an accountant, she recited the definition of asset based on what she learned at
school. Wow.
And they went like, no.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So they define asset based on what they learned in our class.
Yes.
And she goes like, no. Then they start now giving examples based on the examples we gave.
Yes.
And at that point, she felt so cornered because she realized I was reacting.
And exposed.
All these years I've never
but
thought
like, you've just been busted.
I get it, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think that's what the children are trying to achieve. To tell her, no, that is not the way.
That thing you've been telling us.
Yeah. So out of her reaction, she decided to go to the bathroom. She said, let me come. I'm pressed. But what she went to do in the bedroom is to think through. Because now she connected the class.
She just heard.
What I've just said, what they've just told me. So she was absorbing all that. All right? So when they sat down, she realized it's actually true. This simple definition my children have just been given in terms of their future. If you can just think through that, then, and that's why this conversation is also going to focus on so much.
Wow. Simple stuff.
Yeah. So what happened was we started now getting calls. Do you have a program for adults? Because even us now, I think, and that is how we came up with the right knowledge. Because we realized
that's also a program.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So we realized that also some of the teachings that go outside there,
yes,
people don't question where financial literacy came about.
Yeah.
Okay? And to understand it, you need to understand where the banking comes from. From the day of trading from trade, we came to coins, blah, blah, money.
Yes, from barter trade all the way to
exactly.
cowrie shells.
So before money was detached from gold, right? Because the money was as a result of the value of the gold.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That meant for you to be added physical cash, you had to produce more gold. But that was detached. Yes. By President Nixon. So now they just print money.
They just print money.
And that's its devaluing, yeah?
Yeah. What we used to call the gold standard.
Correct. Right? So now we get to a position whereby the banks basically were playing a broker's role. You have savers on one end and you have borrowers on this end. Yeah. So if the borrowers are more and you have less savings, what do? Given that system, you need to figure out of making these guys save more so that you get capital to do what?
Okay.
Get it?
To give people to borrow.
Exactly. So from everything we've learned, the idea became, let's create an education around financial literacy, but the center should be savings. So that by default...
Come on, man. This is the same conversation for why breakfast is the most important meal.
There you go.
We need to sell breakfast cereal. So let's tell people.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Get it? So that's how financial literacy to this day is just pushing saving. No one is questioning why or what's the benefit. Right? And we're going to look at that later on. I'm going to show you. I'm not saying saving is bad.
Yes.
But there's something optimal that is hid from us. So those understanding now, that's when our parents start asking, do you have for parents? Do you have, what about our teenagers?
About our teenagers.
Those are the ones already disturbing us at home and
Yeah, the young adults.
Yeah. So the demand quite came high. So last year we did a couple of just trial and error because to see what happens.
Okay.
And that is how now I formed the second company, which I mentioned towards the close of last episode. It's called Mind and Money Africa.
Mind and Money Africa.
So we have a program for adults and the youth.
Okay.
And for this year, we are rolling it out with some discounts just to get the traction going. Now, what is so important about these two classes is we are focusing on those three, the dreamers formula for financial peace.
Okay.
So we are starting with the mindset.
Right mindset.
All right. Like I mentioned, we need to bring that wall down.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now, once that is down, when we bring the right knowledge based on our experiences, not what is taught outside there.
And we're bringing the old wall down and building a new one.
Exactly. That's where the knowledge comes in into that. And then now the final part is we are going to create now a cluster of how we're going to work with you.
Okay.
So that is the practice.
Okay.
So there are certain things we're going to set for you that we just the same way as you're giving questions for them to go think through, then bring the feedback. So that we start that journey.
I need to introduce you to a friend of mine, Chris Nyalwal, who may be able to help you with that last part.
Oh, okay.
We are about connecting people together. If you guys find synergy, because I think he's figured out something that is currently bringing people together to actually help them save together and build and invest together.
That's very.
It's not just saving; it's putting money aside toward earning a return.
Exactly.
Getting a return from it, and there may be an opportunity to partner there.
I'll really appreciate
and figure
that.
out what happens next. Awesome.
And that is so important because now you start understanding where you're moving away from competition.
Yes. Yes.
Get it?
Yes.
School again. In Swahili they say kidogo kidogo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when we understand that I mean, even the scripture tells us where two or more are gathered.
Yeah.
Why are we not applying these things in our lives? It is so powerful. So long as we share the same common goal.
Okay.
And that is what this program are going to do.
Yeah.
Then now we start having cohorts. As they grow, we grow as a family.
Okay.
Those who do so well can volunteer to become mentors of those who are coming in, so that we start closing the loop.
Yeah.
What we need to understand here and appreciate is that bringing that wall is not easy, because it has been built for all these years.
It's been built for many years.
Get it?
Somebody, there's a time I used to say, we've been human for too long. It's not going to change overnight.
Yes. Yeah. So that's
generations upon generations.
Correct.
And I borrow it from something I saw in the rainforest, where there are these lizards that live in caves. Earlier generations of those lizards had eyes, they could see. But when they started living in the caves, later generations now come with, when you look at it, you can see the feature of the eyes, but they are covered because they don't need the eyes. So over time, the generations have actually adapted to not have the eyes the way their ancestors did, even though the features are there, but because they don't need them and eyes take in light, the eyes remain covered literally throughout their lifetime.
Makes a lot of sense.
And so we've been doing this for a long time, for generations.
Correct.
And so the bringing down of those walls is not easy.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it's doable.
It's doable. We say the first thing is acceptance.
Yeah.
And so once you bring down the wall, then you bring this new knowledge. This way now moving as a community becomes powerful.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to give up when you're alone. We've actually normalized the abnormal and vice versa from where I'm seated. So when you're walking as a pack, it becomes easy because you have shared dreams that you are working towards so you keep each other in check. That's the concept around that.
Awesome.
We've also created a program for Form 4 leavers, where we're going to have online and physical.
Form 4 leavers?
Yeah, because we've realized when they come out of school, they just sit at home, do computer packages, driving. So we are releasing them from school. They're just about to enter the world.
Yeah.
So we want to place them somewhere and really speak these things, even in terms of career guidance.
Yeah.
It's very important for parents to actually have a foresight of where the world is heading.
Awesome.
You can end up spending a lot of your resources and assets And then when your child is ready, those opportunities are no longer, they've been overtaken.
Yeah.
So that's the areas around where we're looking
And I'm
at.
seeing you answering the whole questions of what one of my friends and mentors actually proposes. Apostle Moses Bukisa talks about the wealth cycle, and he talks about getting the money, keeping the money,
Yeah,
and growing the money.
exactly.
And before you can keep and grow the money, you must earn it. And so I'm hearing you beginning to also prepare them.
Correct.
Again, preparing them for the real world.
Correct.
That there's a place for earning the money.
Yes.
And there's a way to engage in that place. Before you can even start thinking about the money management, you must have the money first.
Exactly.
Excellent. Excellent. One of the things I remember you mentioning was you working in the CRB and seeing that in that space you learned how people and their borrowing money, borrowing habits. Tell us a bit about that and how that has and what you observed
Okay.
in that space.
All right. We've covered quite much of the basics. So what I'll say is this. We've been raised up and programmed to do what? To spend.
To spend, yes.
That's all we know.
Yes.
So when money comes in, it doesn't matter whether we've earned it or whether we've borrowed
As
it.
long as there's money at cash at hand,
Haifai kwa mfuko. It's just supposed to go somewhere.
And somebody in one of the classes I attended, money needs work to do. I think it's the richest man in Babylon.
Oh, very true.
He says you can't just have money lying around.
Yes,
Money
yes,
needs wants to be sent out to do work.
It should always be working.
So it will move.
Yes.
It will leave your pockets.
Exactly.
Willingly or unwillingly, it will leave
So
your
now
pockets.
when it leaves, again, it's the programs you have. So what programs have you been programmed since you're a child? Sweet, shoes. You're growing up following these
Toys.
celebrities. All those are liabilities. So trust me, and that's why you find even people who win lottery, half a billion. After 5 years, how is that guy broke?
Tumia pesa ikuzoee. As in, just spend the money so that it gets used to you. Not realizing that as the money is getting used to you, you're losing it.
But you see, it's the program. I go back again, it's the mindset.
Yeah.
So it is not how much you earn. It is not about the profession you are. It's all about the mindset programs.
Yeah. We have a saying, it's not how much you earn.
Yeah.
It's what you do with what you earn that makes the difference.
So now, to answer your question, as a nation, I told you that's why we're a consuming nation. I gave you the example. We have all these graduates. We go and we're so happy to see our children graduate.
Oh, you saw the statistics for Mshwari and Fuliza. I was shocked about the Fuliza ones. I was like, Fuliza? Because it's not cheap, eh?
It's not.
And it had, wow. I think it hit $1 trillion, eh?
It hit.
It tells you where we're at.
It's crazy.
And even the government sanctioned one.
I mean, think about China.
Yeah.
What did they do?
I don't know.
They forced people to be saving from a young age. Japan the same way. Look where they are.
Surplus upon surplus upon surplus.
And I was just consuming.
Wow.
So now when you come now to CRB, what do you expect to see, Pastor C?
We all have a record. If this was
someone has borrowed,
yeah,
is on the last limit,
yeah,
to buy a car to impress people.
Wow.
And then he gets another opportunity of, we're traveling somewhere for holiday.
Yeah.
The circle of friends.
Yeah.
He goes borrows more.
Yeah.
No one questions.
So borrowed car, borrowed bash money.
That is how we live.
And then all this is to impress people we don't even like.
That's the point.
And people who don't even care.
Exactly.
Because we don't even know their story and how they're getting their money.
Just check, top positions in the corporate world when people leave employment. Just watch them after about 4-6 months and see. That will speak volume to you. And so we end up, because of the shame, they feel ashamed. Why? Because they're raised up to compete. So that shame, they can't go back to their friends. No one is picking their calls anymore. So there's no genuine friendship that was existing from the get-go. You can't go to the people who you look down upon on. Depression kicks in. And depression is eating Kenyans so badly.
Wow.
It is so deep.
Wow.
In fact, I challenge you, Pastor CJ.
Yeah.
The next Sunday, the time you're going to get, I want you to pick up the children at Mavuno. Just have a chat with them and ask them this question. How many of you have ever thought of committing suicide? You ask children. I am talking about that age 17 going down. And come back and tell me the number you're going to observe that raise their hands. From where we are, we'll say these are kids. Sasa nini nawasumbua? Why will they? But just go. We have raised a world that is so disconnected, generation that are so disconnected.
Yeah.
And it is upon people like you and I to step up there because this is our calling. Yeah.
Wow.
So in terms of borrowing,
Yeah.
we are so reckless. I mean, just look at our government today.
Yeah. We're still borrowing.
So what we're not realizing is the young generation is observing what they're doing.
Yeah.
How will you come and tell them to do it differently?
Yeah.
So it's becoming part and parcel of our culture until it becomes normal. Again, we've been given the free will to do as we wish.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What would be our recourse? One of the things we teach at Mavuno is that debt is bad, as in, because really, the borrower is the slave to the lender, because the day the lender says, "I want my money back,"
The concept,
we're in trouble.
borrowing is not bad. The problem is, again, our conditioning. And this is where now the framework of thinking about investment is very important. Okay?
Let's go there.
Okay. I'm going to give you 3 scenarios. Okay? When you hear people say, I'd like to learn about investments, again, we ignore the foundation. People expect me to come and start talking about bonds, money markets, capital markets, blah, 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 blah.
Yes, and when you don't talk about those things, people are quite cross for. What was that session about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to the foundation. And this
let's do that.
foundation, I'd like your listeners to think about these 3 scenarios.
Scenario 1.
Three students graduate from, let's say, Strathmore University. All right?
Yeah.
And they get absorbed.
Any particular reason why Strathmore? Just Strathmore?
Just take it
just
general.
university. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Let's assume they're employed in a, let's say, Safaricom, for example, doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Very good, all of them, okay? Now, like I mentioned, everything is about the programs.
Yes.
Now, the first scenario, we have a student who
has... programs here, you mean the programming, that's
yes,
software.
That's software. So the first student is exactly how we have been raised.
Yes.
To have a consuming
mindset.
Program, right? So we say that's a spending mindset.
Yes.
The second one has been attending financial literacy, so they've been programmed to be savers. Okay? Now I want us to look at these 2 first before we go to the third one, right?
Yeah.
Now, assume all of them are earning 100,000.
Yeah.
So when the first one, scenario 1, when they get the 100,000, the automatic response is what?
Spend.
Money it's not supposed to stay in my pocket.
Tumia pesa.
Yes. Correct. Can they afford a house of 50,000 rent?
Yeah.
They'll do it, isn't it?
According to the money in their pocket.
It can afford.
Yeah.
So they'll pay for that.
According to the reality of money.
Yes.
Perhaps not.
Aha.
As far as money in their pocket, they can pay 50,000.
So the program is to spend.
Yeah.
So the idea is spend. So they'll comfortably afford that.
Yeah. So rent half.
So put things like now transport, food, all that, blah, blah. Let's assume it comes to 40.
Yes.
They have 10 Gs left.
Yeah.
If you call them and tell them we're moving somewhere, Naivasha, KCB rally, are you coming on board?
Yeah, I have 10K. We can go.
Is 10K still here?
Yeah.
So the program is what?
Yeah.
So at the end of every month, balance is 0. At the end of the
In fact,
year,
before the end of the month,
aha,
balance is zero. More money, more month at the end of the money.
exactly. I'll catch up with the next payment. That's the cycle most Kenyans find themselves, right? So at the end of the year, zero. So I want you to look year 1, 0,
Yeah.
year 2, 0.
Yeah.
So I want you to do 10 years,
Yeah.
0.
The answer is the same.
Have you heard people saying, I've been working for so long?
And I have nothing to show for it. Oh, yeah.
Good. Now that's mindset 1.
Okay.
Mindset 2 has been programmed to save. So the moment the money comes in, the first thing they think about is to set some money aside.
Yes.
So let's assume they put 20,000 aside.
Yes.
That leaves them with how much disposable?
If they put in 20,000 aside, say the 100 is after tax, they're left with 80.
80K, okay? So the 20 has gone to a locked somewhere,
Yeah.
right? So now can this one afford the house of 50,000?
Yeah, they still have 80K. And say that they are looking at the money that's left. Yes, they can.
Okay. But the chances are they're going to downgrade to a 40,000.
Probably.
So that all these other expenses come into
Come
play.
into play.
Now, first month 20K.
Yeah.
And this is assuming they're very disciplined.
Yes.
Because if they're not disciplined,
Yeah.
then removing that money.
Oh, yeah. It's called save ndio ikusave. Save ndio ikusave. You save so that it can save you later.
And that's why they go for locked.
And it always
You try
saves
to lock.
you. Yeah.
Because you know very well your weakness. You can try and tap into that. So you're struggling, right? If we come and tell you we're going to the KCB and you have nothing.
I have nothing.
So the temptations will be there a lot.
But 2 days, KCB will already happen. It's okay.
Yeah. There are those who will say, let me just take it.
Yeah.
Then the next month, I'll top up.
Yeah, that's the undisciplined one.
Yeah. So it varies between that.
varies between
So let's assume you're very disciplined. The 20 is going to remain.
Yeah.
So first month, 20, second, 20, third, 20. If you take that for 12 months, that's 240.
240K.
Good. Second year, 240.
That's right.
Third year, 240.
Yes.
So for 10 years, do you realize that the constant is 240, 242? So it creates a parallel line.
For 10 years.
For 10 years.
Yeah, 2.4M.
Right?
Yeah.
Great. Now let me introduce that which is hidden from people. Right? The third mindset is what the wealthy people know.
Yes.
And in our class, we call it, you've been programmed to focus on cash flowing assets.
Yes.
So we're going to define assets as something very simple.
Yes.
Anything that puts money into your pocket.
Finish.
That's it. All right? So when you're saying cash flowing...
Which rules out quite a number of things.
Yeah.
That we look at assets or that everyone else looks at as assets.
Correct.
Yeah, so car, for example, not an asset.
It's not an asset.
Mortgage, house,
Yes.
not an asset.
Correct.
House in a neighborhood where your service charge is higher than your previous rent, not an asset.
Correct. Correct. But financial education will call it an asset.
Yeah.
So you end up accumulating liabilities thinking they're assets. And that's why we are very specific in our wording. Cash flowing asset. It has to be an asset that is constantly bringing income.
Cash flowing.
So as cash is flowing to you, right?
Yes.
So let's assume now the third one says, before I start working, I want to start by thinking of a cash flowing I'm going to acquire at the end of the first year. So if I buy a car and make it an Uber, that becomes a cash flowing asset.
A cash flowing asset.
So let's assume I need 400,000 to get the car on the road.
Yeah.
So they go back and say, okay, good. Now remember what you said, as a creator, you're starting from the thought. So this one is thinking about the end, then working backwards.
And working backwards, yeah.
Which is what the app we're starting to do with the kids. So he says, if I start contributing 20, like the second guy, I will end up with 240.
Yeah.
That's not enough. So what happens naturally?
Yeah.
He will have no choice but to bump up from 20 to 30. That brings to 360 per year. All right?
Yes.
So that means the disposable income left is 70. So that one cannot afford the 50K house.
That's right.
Even the 41 is going to see doesn't make sense. So he's going to go to 30.
Yeah.
All right? So this one is very
Or
specific.
may even consider 25K.
Correct.
Because for them now it's about putting aside as much as possible
Get.
towards a cash flowing asset.
Exactly. And so this money being put is tied with an end result they can see. Right? So let's assume now this KCB thing comes in. Do you think you can convince that person
to go for that
actually tap?
rally? They're thinking, they're saying, you guys go, because they can then spend that time making an extra income towards.
They know very well if they touch that 30,
Yeah,
that car, that Uber is not going to materialize.
it's not going to materialize.
Unlike the other one who was just saving without a clear goal of what they want.
That's right.
That one can be tempted.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing attached towards the end. They're just saving. You get it?
So back to the importance of the goal when you're saving and investing.
That's
in fact, when you're investing.
We are coming to that now. All right? That's
So it's not just about having a cash flowing asset for the sake of having a cash flowing asset. There are certain things you're trying to achieve.
Correct.
And so even your investment is targeted towards.
Correct.
Because otherwise, utasave kusave.
There you go. As a creator, what do you want?
As a creator, what do you want?
Why are you
And
investing?
sometimes whatever you're investing towards is an intermediary creation towards a bigger thing.
Correct. Now, when you do not state what you want, who else is supposed to do that for you? And God has blessed you with everything you need.
Wow. Wow.
I ask people, why do you want to invest? They laugh.
No one is obligated to make you wealthy.
They just laugh. You don't know the importance of saving. I'm like, tell me. Why investing? And then they realize I'm serious.
Yeah.
And they tell me, see, for future. For future what?
Future what?
What they don't realize is, as a creator, when you do not speak that which you wish to create.
When you cannot see it.
Exactly.
Faith.
That is where
the substance.
That is where
of things hoped
raw.
for. The evidence of things not yet seen.
There you go. Right?
Oh my goodness.
So now you have the 360 at the end of the first year, right?
Yes.
So they've still not reached the 400,000. So it's easy for them to actually borrow the 40, right? If they were, let's say, in a circle, they can quickly get that balance.
40, yes.
So let's assume they buy the first Uber. That means year one, the account is reading 0.
Yes.
But they've actually owned a cash flowing.
Asset.
So let's assume this Uber brings a net of 2,000 daily.
Yeah.
That is 60,000 per month.
Per month, yes.
That is 720 at the end of the year.
At the end of the year.
Right?
In addition to, say they continued with their habit of setting aside.
No, that's where we're going.
Yes.
So the saving still continues to buy a second cash flowing asset.
Wow.
So at the end of second year, they at 720 plus Uber number 2. All right? If you go to the third year, you have 720, assuming everything is constant, plus 720, plus Uber number
3.
So do you realize the graph starts moving this way?
It does. It does.
Now, when you start doing this, initially you're working for money. But as this graph starts going this way, a point is going to reach now, money will start working for you. And no one is going to tell you to leave employment if you're fed up.
Because you can see it.
So let's project the 3 at 10 years and let's say they lose their jobs. What happens to number 1?
They are lost.
In fact, they can't afford the next month rent.
They cannot afford the next month's rent.
Number 2, a total of 240 for 10 years, that's 2.4 million. So they're accustomed to spending because there's nothing they're looking for.
Yeah.
So that 2.4,
they'll burn.
Here we go.
Next.
Can you see? A couple of years.
Yes.
But look at number 3.
Wow.
Now, Pastor CJ, this is the secret we're telling people in our classes. All of us, including our children, have one of these 3 mindsets.
Wow.
It is not complicated.
Wow.
So the question is, the listeners as where they are is reflect back and ask yourself, of these three, where are you?
Where are you? And that's something you need to do right now. Of these three, if you need to pause. If of these three mindsets, where are you?
There you go. All right? So that's the foundation about it. Okay? Now, once you understand that part, it becomes so easy where you're heading.
Yeah.
Now, we like giving this scenario whereby there are three neighbors who leave their estates going outside.
Yeah.
The first one does not know where they're going. And the question becomes, will they ever end up anywhere?
Mm-hmm. The first one doesn't know where they're going.
Yes.
No, wherever they end up, they have arrived.
So they just keep walking around.
Yeah.
When they're tired, they come back home. Tomorrow, the same thing. That continues. The second neighbor knows where they're going, but they don't know how to get there. So on the first day, they decide, I'm going to go east, hoping I'll arrive at my destination. So they go, get tired. If they've not arrived, they come back. So the second day, they say, I tried east, it didn't work. Let me try west today. So they keep trying.
It'll take them a lot longer. They'll spend a lot more energy, time, and money.
So let's go to the first one. What is the percentage? What is the probability that the first one is going to arrive anywhere?
Let's just kill that story.
That's 0. Fact. Now we are going to fact.
Yeah.
First principles, okay?
Yeah.
Second one, what is the chances they're going to arrive to their destination?
The second one. Well, maybe 25%.
It's less.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if you put northeast, northeast, those
It's
things,
much smaller.
it goes down.
So maybe 12.5%.
12.5 coming down.
And that's without adding the other end, northeast.
Exactly,
Yeah.
correct. Now the third one thinks about, what is my destination? So they're very clear, I'm going to Mombasa. Then they ask themselves before they leave the house, how will I get to Mombasa? I can choose a flight. I can choose SGR.
Yeah.
I can take a bus.
Yeah.
Uber. I can walk and use a boda, whatever. There's so many ways to get there.
Yeah.
Then what they do is they look at the pocket and say, this is how much I have. And then based on that, now they select from the spectrum.
From the options.
So the question becomes, what is the probability the third one is going to arrive?
Very high. In fact, 100%.
Yeah. You can say 95 because an accident can occur. Risk management, right? So again, I want to speak this to you, Pastor Sijenyi, listeners. All of us in this world, including our children, are one of these three neighbors. When you ask someone, where will you be in 5 years' time? And you see someone starting to think, which neighbor do you think he is?
Number one.
There you go.
Which neighbor are you?
Right? And these are the people who tell you, I've been working for 10 years, and it's because you have never defined where you're going.
Wow.
God gave you that capability, but you're not using it. So when you do not define where you're going, my friend, someone else is doing it on your behalf.
Anyway, anywhere is there.
Anywhere.
Someone actually once said, well, I'm not sure whether I want to insult our audience this way. Someone once said to us, the reason you're still in employment is because you need someone else to tell you where to go. Now, that's not to say that we don't need people working in different organizations. But if when you think about losing your job, you panic, it's very possible that you're neighbor number one.
Correct. Correct. This is the reality we want to bring out to people, right? We are not saying being employed is bad.
No, we are not.
What we are saying is you are not tapping into who you are to create what you wish for yourself. If you cannot choose what you wish to create for yourself,
Yes.
someone else is doing it on your
Doing it
behalf.
on your behalf.
And they do not have your best interest at heart.
And in the long run, they'll do what's best for them.
That is why.
And then you'll catch feelings.
Oh, yes. That is why every morning traffic. How many people do you see smiling at each other driving?
Hey,
People are pissed.
Andrew, you'll make us not very, you'll make us, either you'll make us stop driving in traffic or you make us stop looking around or start smiling at each other.
I mean, people are just angry. It's because they're doing things they don't like. It does not fulfill
reporting
their
to
soul.
people they don't even respect.
There you go.
And receiving money they don't even appreciate.
Thank you.
I mean, a Gallup survey proved that.
There you go.
Yeah, that most people are not liking where they are.
So when I hear people telling me I'm earning very little money, what do you mean? It is not about how much you are.
You accepted that. You signed the contract.
It's about here. Where are you going?
Wow.
So when you look at those three neighbors, it does not matter so long. It is not about how qualified you are. I mean, I've seen, when I grew up in Eastlands, once I joined high school, there was a guy who came from Central, I think it was Nyeri.
Yeah.
And used to, what are they called? The guys for shoes. Can't remember the name. Yeah?
A cobbler.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Or a shoemaker.
A shoemaker. Let me use that. Yeah. So kiatu kiraruka kidogo, you take there.
That one's a cobbler.
So he started slowly there. And in our minds, like, hey, you even feeling sorry for him.
Yeah.
I finished high school, and this guy has expanded to groceries on the side and a shop.
Wow.
All right, but he's still doing all the three. Now he's brought a brother.
Wow.
Then I finished.
Because he was a good cobbler.
We're coming to that. So I finished A level, and now I'm seeing the brother is the one running. I hardly see the guy. So when I came back from studying, one day I'm just somewhere in town and I hear this car hooting at me. I'm just moving. I'm like, what's wrong with this person? I turn around. It's actually that guy. And he tells me he's bought land in Roy. He's built a house there. He has 3 hardwares. He has, all these things.
Wow.
And this guy never went to school.
Wow.
Why? Now look at those 3 mindset and tell me which one he came with. He understood even if I'm making small. Let me have a focus. The next one, I'm going to be selling fruits.
It's not how much I make.
Exactly.
It's what I'm doing with how much I make.
Exactly.
And it's difficult to do anything significant with how much you make if you're not clear about what it is you want to do.
Who else is going to
where
be
it
clear?
Is you want to go.
Exactly.
Who's going to be clear for you?
So when you're not clear, someone else is clear. Go partying. Go do this. The programs will naturally take over. And that's what he's saying. When you're not in control, someone else is, but you're not aware. It's those reactions we're talking about. It is that Word document we talked about. So we need to reflect back on our own to understand, are the thoughts which are resulting in my experience mine or someone else? And even if it's someone else, are they serving my interest? If they're not, then it's time for you to do something
about it.
Exactly.
Wow.
That is what God is telling you. I said and I keep insisting, every experience He's answering your prayers. Yes. You're not happy. Yes. But you're not getting the message because you're so focused on the pain. Think of that butterfly I talked about.
Wow.
He's building something in you. So open your eyes, bless that experience. Be at a state of gratitude. Thank Him for it. And tell Him, please open up my eyes to see. Where is that I need to fix? And see what happens.
Wow. Open your eyes, and in your next prayer session with God, ask Him, Lord, what is it I need to fix? Open my eyes to see what it is I need to fix. This conversation has been powerful and amazing. And I'm sure it's been transformational for you as well. As you've listened, you're probably stirred up, you're probably challenged, you're probably completely irked with angst, and you're like, this can't be happening to me right now. But I want you to move beyond the anger, move beyond the angst, and begin to ask yourself, what do I need to do with this information? The scriptures tell us in James that let the one who lacks wisdom ask for wisdom. And I believe that through these conversations that we've had with Andrew Kibe, God has been opening up our eyes to what it is we need to do differently as marketplace influencers. It's very difficult to think about influencing the marketplace when you are struggling to figure out where it is you need to go, when you're struggling to figure out what it is you're here for, when you're struggling to figure out what it is that God has placed you in that marketplace assignment for. And my hope is that as you reflect on these conversations we've been having over the last 5 episodes, that God will minister to you in a very special and unique way. I want you to complete some statements as we have over this last few episodes. And the first statement is, I'm investing because my current season requires me to focus on. I will stop consuming. I will start producing. And I will invest first in. My next financial decision will be guided by. My marketplace assignment is. Andrew, over the 5 episodes, we've moved from story to mindset and from childhood programming to adult behavior, from debt to risk, and now to investment. The big lesson here is quite clear. Investment is not just a financial act, it's a formation journey. In fact, I dare say it's a transformation journey. It's that creating or partnership in creating with God. Yeah. To everyone watching and listening, may you not only ask, where can I put my money? May you also ask, who must I become to steward what God is placing in my hands? And God is placing amazing resources. We've heard for years that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. But I believe this is how the righteous get prepared to handle that wealth. Without having the right mindset, that wealth will destroy you. As we conclude, my hope is that you'll go back to these episodes, watch them, engage with them, connect with them. And my hope is that you'll begin to change the way you've been approaching money and wealth creation, but also the way you've been approaching your marketplace assignment. For us to influence the marketplace, we must shift the way we think. And that is why Fearless Business exists. Share with us your thoughts. Share with us your comments. Share with us your learnings. We would love to listen to them. This has been Fearless Business. We challenge you to go forth and be